Hey, this is Michael Chow, and in this screencast, I'm going to be doing a live data analysis in Python of data from the TidyTuesday project. If you haven't seen before, TidyTuesday is a project where every week they upload a new data set, and then people can analyze it and compare results across different analyses so they can see different approaches that people took. And oftentimes people will share these on sites like Twitter, things like that. I think it's important to do live data analyses just to give you a sense for the flow of a data analysis, issues people hit, and different common tips and tricks that people use. So I'm going to pull up the data. I've glanced at this page. I've also glanced at, it looks like this is the site it comes from. If you look here, you can search and just get a sense for some of these entries. So this is a GDPR fine to Google from, or maybe operating in Sweden. I'm not totally sure how it works. The nice thing is it's described here. So GDPR stands for General Data Protection Regulation. It's fairly recent, and it really restricts the types of information people can collect about their users in the EU without consent. And also covers some things like what happens when a user wants to delete their data, things like that. So we can see there are two, I think, two files. So these are the violations. It looks like this is maybe more information for each violation. So the text, more text going with these. Okay, so I'm just going to maybe pull it. Let me glance really quickly at this just to get a sense. So, this is the country where the violation was enforced, it looks like. So this is, in Sweden, the violation is being enforced, or that's where the violation is being enforced. It's towards Google, and it's for 7 million. All right, let's just pull the data and see what we're dealing with. So, looks like here, the nice thing is they have these links. These are in R, but we can write them in pandas really easily. So I'm going to use virtual environments with Jupyter Lab. Let's see. So I'll just change this. Oh, it's a tab separated. We'll see. I'm not sure if pandas uses read TSV. Nope. So I think we can do CSV. I think they have a separator argument. Let's find out. Oh, that's weird. That didn't work. So I'll just try it. Yeah, it looks like it. We'll see if there are any kind of weird issues that crop up because of this. So this is the website. ID, picture, name, price, authority, date. It looks good. I think we're in. The other thing is we can check the classes. That might be a good idea. So I'm going to do GDPR violations.info. Okay. This is a little bit funky, but not surprising. So notice that the D types here are object. That just means that that's pretty common for characters. So I should just use black formatting. Yep, or not format at all probably. So, all right, so this is the actual text it looks like. So I'm guessing that if I how do I connect this back to the data? So we have an ID. Where's the... Oh, this is the actual text of GDPR. And I'm guessing that because maybe these point to where it was violated here. Yeah, so cool. Let's get a sense for what GDPR violations looks like. So it's got 250 rows. That's not a ton. And what can we count? So I'm going to import from siuba, mutate count, filter, group by. Normally I'd import everything, but just to be explicit here. So maybe we can count country really fast. Great. So Spain looks like they have the most GDPR violations. Why don't we just plot this? I'm going to switch this here. I'm going to import ggplot. Here I will just, or not, sorry, that's an R thing. Okay. Okay, so name, we got n. We're going to need to FCT reorder. So, oops, plus geom point, and then I'll add a line also. Great. The one weird thing, I think we'll have to add a grouping, to plotnine. Notice that ideally we would want it ordered like we did with the table. So we want the most here first. What we can do is we can use, we can reorder a pandas categorical basically. So I'm going to import FCT reorder. And what this will let us do is, what is it? So we're reordering name by n. So this basically just means, so reorder the levels so that those with the most observations now are first. All right, so that means descending. Cool. Then I need to fix the labels. Oh crap, axis x text equals. All right, and then I've got to sprinkle in this little piece of magic. I mean, it's not that magical, but that's not good. So, what is it? Axis text x, maybe? X? Yep. Axis text x. Cool. So now we can see the countries laid out. The other thing we could have done is flip this, actually. But I won't worry about it for now. So that's helpful. So Spain has 60, Germany has like 30. It's kind of interesting. Spain has a ton of GDPR violations. Let's look a little more closely. I'm gonna collapse this. So I'm going to now count probably name and let's see. Maybe authority too, just to see. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, it looks like most countries, I'm guessing, just have a single authority or two. So, okay, that's not particularly interesting. We also have date. That could be useful. Article violated, I'm guessing, is going to be a lot of fun. And then where's the actual find group? I'm not seeing it. So, oh, maybe it's, I don't think it's controller. Maybe it is though. This private YouTuber experienced a GDPR violation. Let's see. And then I'll probably take out name here just to see. Yeah, so it looks like Spain is fined of, I actually don't know how to say the name, Vodafone. Yeah, interesting. So they've had the most violations, and it looks like a lot of them have come from Spain. Okay, so, and I wonder if I'm guessing that controller then is, we could filter like when they're Google. Let's glance at this. I'm just gonna try uppercase Google and see what happens. I misspelled controller. Yeah, there they are. So we can also do, let's let's just check for anything with Google in it. 2. We can also, I'm going to let G be upper or lowercase. Yeah, only the 2. They're very hefty though, looks like, so. All right. So let's see, we know Spain's got a lot. Let's take a look at over time, maybe, I'm curious. So what I'm going to do is siuba recently added a experimental floor date function, and I'm going to use it. The key is that, so I'm curious to see counting by week. So I'm going to, you could do something like dot date, let's see, floor date, and then the unit for week in pandas I think is, let's try that. Wait, nope, I think it's maybe, nope. Okay, let's try, I'm gonna try month first because I know that one's MS. That stands for start of the month. Oh, I need, wait, can't write it on data frame. Oh, sorry, so I forgot that, it's not, data's probably not a datetime yet. Yeah, so it's an object right now. Let's go ahead and try converting it. So I'm gonna just here do pd.to datetime just to sanity check. Yeah, it seems to work. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to tack it onto here as a pre-processing step. So oh, you know what? Actually, that's dumb because we can actually specify the type here. So D type. I can't remember. The one thing is, can we do something like this? I don't remember. And the other thing is that I don't know. Let's see. Datetime index. Let's try that. I did something very bad. Separator. Oh, open this. That's not right. Oh, D type. No. So, I can't remember. How do we convert the D type to, all right, whatever. So, oh, I think it's actually datetime 64. We just do datetime 64. We can do nanoseconds, sure. Nope, we got to pass it to parse dates. Let's see. So I haven't done a lot of read CSVing in a while. So, or no, that's not true. I definitely read CSVs a lot. I haven't had to. Sure. Well, I'll just set it true. We'll see what happens. I think we got it. So, no luck. It looks like it's still a object. Let's check again. So parse dates. Looks like. Did I see it? Yeah. Boolean list. Oh, you know what? If it's true, it just tries parsing the index. That's pretty unintuitive, I feel like. All right, so I'll just add the names. Date. All right. Okay, so we're in Sorry about that. Let's go back. So now we have a date where we're rounding to month start. I think week is actual capital W. Let's see. Yep. That's probably not good. I don't think they actually were in week 1970. It's not clear. I'd have to look at the data and see if it's the date parsing or something else. But what we can do is maybe just remove it for now. I'm also going to look at it just to get a feel for what it is. So let's see, floor date. Let's see if this works. Oops, that's not right. No? What did it say? Oh, my bad. Okay, so here are the entries. It looks like I'm guessing they just left it when they didn't know the date. So okay, yeah, we'll just remove them for now. I think it'd be worth in a later, like if you're doing a follow-up, to see. So I'm going to filter it. It'd be worth in a follow-up trying to see where it comes from, if it's from the data itself or somewhere else. So I'm gonna switch this. Week is not 101, and then let's count again, and then we'll plot. So with siuba, we need to escape with the underscore. Cool. So let's see. Let's go ahead and plot. Let's see. N. Oh, that doesn't make sense because we do need to count. So here we go. Great. And then what I'm going to do is, again, just to clean up, I'm going to, wait, that's not right. So notice that, yeah, this is fine. I think what we need to do is just add a line. So, and expand our y-axis to be, a line's a little risky here because there's some missing data. So in our count. And then the other thing is expand limits. I think this will do it. Let's see. Yeah, notice that just added 0. The labels are kind of funny because this is like 1, 5, I don't know, maybe 10. It's useful to see. I kind of, actually cumulative might be a little bit better. So let's do, I'm just gonna arrange by week. Oh, here, why don't we just do this? Cumulative, or maybe total equals, yeah, that's fine. Week dot cumulative sum. Something terrible happened. Did I take that filter out? Why did I do that? Wait, let's go back. That was dumb. So mutate total week dot, we need to do it with n, and then I'm just gonna put total in here instead. Cool. So probably don't need the points now. Great. So we can see over time. I'm gonna axis. Okay. X text. Let's see. I feel like I'm making the same mistake as above. Great. So we can see things kick off in around, I don't remember the month, July 2018. And it's been climbing pretty steadily since then. The other thing is we can log transform. This just asks, it's a good way to ask about the rate of change. Let's see, so I think they have scale log. Let's see. Scale log. Yeah, scale y log 10, is it? Yeah, interesting. So, I'm not sure. Yeah, because it might be an issue if we had zeros. I don't think we do though. So, yeah, so ideally, like when it's linear, the rate is fixed. Generally, when it's increasing, the rate's going up. So it looks like it's a pretty fixed rate. There's a time in January last year where the number of cases was increasing at a faster rate, it looks like. So, wait, is there a log, natural log scale? I don't know. All right, so that's pretty interesting. To see, I'm gonna comment it out just to look at the raw cases again. So, cool. Yeah, I'll just leave this here. So, I could probably get rid of this. Sure, whatever, keep this. Nice. So, I'm gonna add a couple headers just to see countries with most fines, or like initiating fines is probably right. I don't even know if it's fines. I'm gonna say cases over time. All right. All right, so that's pretty interesting. I'm kind of curious about the size also. So size of fines. Let's see, GDPR violations. I guess it's price here. Yep. It's kind of funny to phrase it as price. I feel like that's it's like shopping at the grocery store for your GDPR fine. I'm just gonna arrange by price. Descending. Nope, I need to import. Yeah, interesting. So this is 50 million. That's the Google one. Pretty hefty. Looks like these are a telecom, Austrian Post. It's pretty wild. Telecom, and then these ones are 0, a bunch of unknown ones. So let's see. I'm kind of curious about actually price as a function of date. So let's just try this and see what we get. Oh yeah, we got to get rid of that 19. I'm just gonna copy it in for now. I was thinking about maybe filtering it out at the very beginning, but so now attribute week. Oh, let's just get rid of that actual date. So cool. Yeah, it doesn't, I mean, it looks like the fines in general are pretty low. We got this big one and then a crop of kind of bigger fines recently. I'm gonna go ahead and tack this on for now. Another thing I can do is do black formatting and then paste this. Oops. Cool. So there you go. I'm going to actually add a label. Fine size over time. Yeah, okay. Cool. There's one other thing I'm curious about now. So, and this will let us get into the other piece of the data. So, there's this piece on article violated. I'm curious about how that relates to fines. There's also this type though. So, I'm not totally sure if I should use the type or the article violated to figure out. I want to know basically, does the thing you violated, how does it relate to the size of your fine? There are basically a couple things we need to do to get to that. I think we need to know, I think I saw you could have multiple articles violated. So we'll probably need to handle that. Is it better to use type? I think that's basically what we need. And then connecting article to other data. All right, so I'm going to glance quickly at type just to see if that's a better thing. The issue is I don't see type in here, so that's kind of weird. So basically, I think we can carve it two ways. We can use type, and we can use articles violated. We can basically see how both these things connect to price. Why don't I go ahead then, since type is probably easier and immediate, we can just do that right now. So I'm going to count the type. So it looks like 112 are this one. I'm gonna, oh, I don't, do I have QGrid installed? From QGrid, import show grid. Great. I'm going to pass this to QGrid. Maybe not. Let's see. You know what? I think that there must be, so I'm using pandas version 1. Maybe there's a breaking change in, yeah, that's too bad. So I might need to upgrade QGrid or do something else. Let's see, what we can do though is, let's just look at the types. Non-compliance with lawful basis for data processing. Actually, I'm just gonna convert it to a list real fast. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how these relate to the GDPR, the data here. Let's take a quick look. See if maybe this has something like that in it. I'm going to search for some of this text in, let's look for it in maybe GDPR text. So GDPR text.string.contains this. No. So I'm gonna glance with non-compliance though. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. So the type doesn't seem to correspond to anything we saw, but we can still, let's look at some of these common types. So maybe these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's look at these 6. So what we'll do is I'm going to where am I? Okay, so GDPR violations arranged by wait. Oh, we can use so basically we need to get any that are in this top 6. I think for actually simplicity, there are better ways to do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump it to a list. Let me think. Oh, does siuba have from siuba import add counts? Yeah, it does. So what I can do here, and it's embarrassing that I actually didn't remember that siuba had that, but GDPR violations. So add count is like count, but it keeps the original data. So we'll basically get GDPR violations back with the count, the type count added on. So notice here now, whereas count collapsed it to 1 row per type, here we have the original data with n tacked on, and it's repeated for each type. And that's useful because now you can do like some really simple shortcuts. So notice type counts here. Let's say I just want to get one with more than 6 counts, right? Oh, I almost deleted that. So now I can just do n is greater than or equal to 6. And that keeps those types. There's also FCT lump in siuba, which is maybe a better choice. I'll switch to that in a second. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh, this is black formatted. Sorry, I'm running black formatting, but this is how black formats things that aren't really long. So, all right, so now I'm gonna ggplot these. What am I doing? So let's do type here, price here. I think we need to group by type, and then I'm going to just do a box plot for simplicity. Oh no. Oh, this needs, ggplot uses this thing called aesthetic. Okay, so that didn't work out as planned. I probably need to log scale. Let's do that. Scale y log 10, I think, is what it is. Oh, there are some 0 finds. It would be nice if this wasn't in science notation. I'm not totally sure how to quickly do it though. Let's see. So there's black formatting. 1E7 is 10 million. Is that right? So, and this is 1,000. So this is the median here is. Let me look. Plotnine scientific notation. Okay, so that's the opposite. This is maybe an R1, so that's probably not what we want. Yeah, I'm not sure. So what's not? Well, let's see. So I wonder if I can just string. I'm kind of surprised that it's even shown like that. Let me double check how these are used. I'm guessing it's like via NumPy formatting or something. I think maybe what we can do though is set a labels argument. I think it's labels equals, and then I'm just gonna string it. Nope, I think maybe I need to let's see. So I think that maybe it takes an array. Yeah, that'll do. And then let me check Python how to comma separate. I can't remember. Add commas to integer. Okay, so you got this nice formatting syntax. Cool. Let's see. So I'm just going to do this. Cool. So yeah, it's 10 million. It's 100,000, 1,000. So it looks like the median, at least for failure to comply with data processing principles, is 100,000. Wow, these are very long. Failure to implement sufficient measures to ensure information security. These are pretty bad ones. These are like slightly less in terms of fines. So let's see, this one's non-compliance with subjects' rights protection safeguards. Yeah, so interesting. It looks like at least the median for this one's a bit higher. And I guess that makes sense. This is a pretty broad issue, like failure to comply with the principles. Let's go ahead and see, though, how the actual articles themselves maybe connect with the fines. Before we do that, I mentioned, so right here I filter out the top 6 just so that this plot isn't really wide, which I can show what it'll look like otherwise. Oh, it's very, yeah, so notice it's all over the place. But the other thing we can do is FCT lump. So FCT lump type, I think this is fine, n equals, let's say, top 6 we want to keep. So what this will do is it will filter out. It won't filter out, it'll keep all the data, but it'll lump. So here we kept 6 of the categories. With FCT lump, it'll lump all the other data that we discarded here into its own category called other. So let's import it. Yeah, let's see. So there's other. Pretty big range on it. So that's pretty interesting. I'm going to leave that because I think it's helpful to keep all the data in there. Okay, so this could use cleaning up. That's pretty wild, but I won't worry about it for now. I'm also going to go back and add these just so I have them. FCT reorder. Nope. FCT lump. Cool. So great. So this is, we glanced into type a little bit. Let's see, I'm just gonna check this. Type by price. The reason I do this is it lets me have these sections. The nice thing about, so this is a Jupyter table of contents add-on. I can actually collapse sections. So that's helpful for keeping track of things and simplifying. So I could basically collapse a lot of this. Let's see, did it collapse? Yeah. So now we just have this one section that we're working on. Let's see, so I'm going to keep this though because we left some notes here. Let's just move this. Okay, then I'm going to do article violated by price. So let me take a quick look. Looks like, where is it? Here. So these are separated by this pipe. Yeah, let's try to just split it, see what happens. So GDPR violations dot article violated dot string dot split. Nice. So let's think about this. So Sue has a nice function called unnest. Basically what that'll let us do is, so here we'll split. I'm just going to call this, I'll call this articles, and then, cool. And then what unnest does is it takes this list of data and it basically flattens it. So now, see, each of these, before this was a list with a different number of entries. This takes it and makes each entry a row, and it duplicates this current row of data for each row that it adds. So just as a concrete example, let me grab let's see. So if we take this, and let's just grab this row labeled 1. So notice we've got these articles. Oh, I need it as a data frame still though. Oh, that's pretty weird. Oh, I think I have to do this. Okay, so it's got these articles, and basically what it'll do, so how many articles does it have? Ooh. This is pretty hacky, but it has 4 articles. So notice that when a nest goes, then there will be 4 rows. Nice. So each article was put onto its own row. This data was duplicated. Notice all the IDs are repeated. So cool. Great. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll leave this. Yeah. I'm going to put GDPR articles nested, and then I'm going to, so this is the example, and then I'm going to do GDPR articles is just unnest, just in case anyone wants to take a look at that. Okay, I need to put the name of the column we're unnesting, so okay. Great, so now we have them unnested. Now there are 384 rows. So let's see. The other thing, I'm actually curious to see, oh, actually we can do it here. So I want to count just the number of articles violated. So there are a number of ways to do it. I'm going to actually use the nested. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use articles dot apply length. There's a better way to do that. And then wait, what's happening? What am I trying to do? So I'm trying to count and violated, or articles violated. Yeah, so this is just, so it's counting the number of articles that were violated. So there were 152 with only 1, And then there were a few cases, 4 where 5 articles were violated. Why don't we, so what we can do is, I'm actually going to do here, I'm going to add a count, add count, this will be ID by just ID actually. So great. And then I think we can name this. I'm not totally sure. Nope. Oh, you know what? I think I still need to implement that in siuba. Yeah, thanks. So we'll just rename it. So rename n violated equals n. I need to import rename. Yeah, that's too bad. So here now we're just counting the number violated, but we've unnested, so each article has its own, each violated article is its own row. Okay, so that's formatted. All right, and then, shoot, actually I'm gonna do it, my bad, I'm gonna do it here so that, I can do a scatter plot of price by number of violated articles. I think that also, I think there's a string method for this, but I can't remember its name. So articles nested. Okay, so now we're back to the nested one is 1 row per fine. So we can do a scatter plot of probably n violated and price. This will be very unsatisfying. Actually, this won't. Probably need like a box plot or something. What I'm gonna do is, do we have violin plot maybe? Let's just take a look. I think I need to maybe add a grouping. Yeah, that's not super helpful. Again, it probably needs to be log transformed. Let's try that. I might need to do some other things. Yeah, and then we gotta chuck in this again. I'm just gonna paste in. What did I do? Oh. And then I'm gonna black format. Yeah, I see. So it'd be nice to put the actual points on here. Let's do that. We'll need to jitter it, otherwise it'll show up, I'll show you, as a single line. I mean, that's fine. Position equals position jitter. Don't jitter the height. I need to check to make sure that argument still exists. Yep, width equals like, I don't know, 0.25 or something. All right, so now notice it just jitters it to the left and the right, so it just shifts it around. We also need to expand limits. Notice that y isn't going down to 0. Well, actually, maybe it is. Yeah, let's lower it though to just so we see the tick. I think that, yeah, it's kind of weird we're not seeing the zero. It'd be nice to see a tick for 0, but I don't think we're gonna get it. Yeah, weird. I would need to, I don't think this has a limits. Okay, whatever. So this is probably 0 or 1. I'm guessing it's corresponds to 1 in the data. So yeah, okay. So basically, actually these big fines, this is 50 million. So the ones over 10 million, this one actually only violated a single thing. The ones that violated 5 are here. There are only 4 of them. It doesn't seem like number of violations is especially damning. Most people only violated 1 though. So, and it could be maybe the ones they violated were a lot worse. Okay, so that's n violated. I'm going to try to look up the. Now I'm curious about the exact one they violated. So GDPR articles. Let's see. All right, so now we have the article. So, well, let's see how often different articles are violated. Remember that now we have 1 row per article. So if they were to, in theory, repeat that one organization violated an article multiple times, it would show up here in the counts. There's also this funky issue, which is, seems like we didn't split. Do I need to escape this? It's not clear. So why was this not? Okay, let's so I'm gonna try to make sure first that this isn't a regex. I think this is an option. Nope. I'm gonna just check real fast. Pattern. It seems like it actually doesn't even have the option to remove. Maybe it's not a regex. Yeah, it looks like it's not. So I'm not sure what this, maybe, so one issue is it could be that the pipe, let me double check that I didn't do something wrong. Oops. Articles. Oh, sorry, this is from the original data. I probably should have given the expanded one a better name. So basically, this was the original that we had to split. This is the split one. So articles. Looks like Article 6 is a hot one. Let's see. GDPR text. Is that? Yep. I hope we can join, but chapter, article, subarticle. So this is Article 6. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. So actually, it could be that that actually these are just more specific. Like they're saying this is article. Oh, never mind. So it looks like this is the article, maybe the sub article. Let me check the website really fast. So I'm not sure what fortunately I'm not sure what the format is. So I mean, I'm sure that this is article number. Is this like sub-article and chapter? Is it chapter E? Let's see. One good way to know is, I mean, one way we could check really fast is, I mean, these are numbered. There's no chapter E listed, so that must be like a subsection. There must be somewhere where it explains this. Okay, so it's not really clear. I should look at maybe this. This will probably have a concrete example. This might also, let's see. It's hard to say. So here, let's just jump down to here. Chapter 2. Oh, you know what? The chapters are bigger than the articles. So chapters contain articles. And then this must be section and subsection. So cool. So basically, where is it? Article 1, sub-article 1, and then the specific provision, which isn't in this data. All right, so cool. Oh, I wonder if that actually reminds me that the type might have been, I wonder if it was this here. I don't think so. It actually looked more detailed. So all right, let's see. Let's go back to where we are. So we counted the number of articles. Some of them list out sections, so that would be a little bit tricky to. We would actually need to parse out the actual article ID also. I'm guessing this is subsection. So what I'm going to do is try to use a regex to parse it. Let's see. So it'd be something like this. These are all the articles we want to, is it extract? String.extract, I think, is our best bet. Let's just try it real fast. So it'll be something like article. First match is just any integer. So 0 to 9. Let's try that. Oh, that did not work in the way I hoped. There are also some periods, so yep. So period's optional, we'll put that here. Actually, we could put a little literal. So this period means it's a wildcard, it could match anything. If we put it in here, it'll say literally a period. I feel okay with it matching anything, actually. So, yep. Cool. And then, so basically we could also try matching the, I'm gonna make this a raw string, match the literal, the subsection, so that would be the same. Let's see what we get. I did something wrong here. And it screwed up because this should be optional. Oh, I would need to set this. I don't really want to worry about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this kind of hacky thing. This means the parentheses are optional. I don't. So basically, yeah. Anyways, moving on. It's a pretty hacky regex, but should work pretty well. This, intriguingly, this is, let's see, so GDPR articles, dot head, and I just want, actually I just want article, or articles. Yeah, so this is real, actually this is not what we want. We want, this. Yeah, so it matched 28. Let's see, 3. It matched 5. It didn't match 1 because this needs a space. Oh, that didn't. That was bad. You know, I'm just going to match for now. Not worry about the subsections. So, it's kind of surprising though. It seems not too bad, but okay. So matching the article. I'm gonna chuck this in. Probably just back up here. So, yep. Mutate. Article number. Actually, let's look at what this is in the data. We can just match them up. Oh no, so yeah, let's do article number. All right, we got it. And then so now we have the number, and we counted them. Actually, let's count article number now. Okay, so most violations are article number 5. All right, so let's think about this. What can we do here? So we've got the article number. We could match it up with the text. Yeah, might as well. Let's get the text in there. So GDPR text, I'm gonna inner join GDPR articles, GDPR text by or on. It's article number equals article. Need to import it. Oh, I did a bad thing. Okay, so the issue is that these are text. This is a text column right now, so we need to let's convert it to a float. I'm doing that because so we could use the pandas new nullable integer type, but the main issue is that when there's a missing value, you usually don't want to convert it to an integer, or terrible things will happen. The thing I'm going to check is that, you know what, so I just want to note that we ended up with a lot of observations. So the original GDP articles data has 394. This has 1700. The issue is that GDPR text has multiple entries per article because it includes sub-articles. So what I'm going to do is do distinct article. I'm going to keep the title. This will keep one per article. I did a bad thing. Oh, article title is not in there. Let's double check. Article title. Oh, have I been, you know what? I think I've been spelling article wrong this whole time. Let's see. No, weird. Yeah, just spaced it. So cool. Here's what I'm gonna do then. So it kind of depends on how crazy we want to get, but chuck this in to a pipe it into the inner join. I need the siuba placeholder just to show that we're using two. It's a two table action, and then because I switched the order, Yeah, this is 384. This was a little bit more than that, but I'm guessing it has to do with some missing ones. What we can do is maybe count article number just to see. I'm guessing there are some NAs. Nope. Or article numbers that aren't in GDPR text. What's the max article number? I'm gonna do this article dot max. It's 99. So that usually when I see 99, I assume it's a placeholder. Sort value. Oh, I don't want to type all that. So GDPR text. Sorting descending. Oh yeah, it literally goes to 99. That's incredible. So, and there must have been some kind of like cap on it. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out basically why article number. Oh, you know what? There are 10 NAs. So let's see. So, you know, I think that I need to double check. I think count's supposed to keep NAs. So I need to double check that specification. But that's the problem. So there are 10 NAs. Let's see where they are. So, oh, you know what? It's where it looks like, well, this one, okay, so obviously can't parse that. Can't parse that. I think these ones, though, we could parse. So the issue is that this one has a space and no period. This one has a period and no space. So I accidentally said we need a space. We could do this, any white space. Optional. Actually, maybe like something like this, like match 0 or infinite white space. So now, we in fact did worse. That's bad. We now have every row doesn't match. So let me double check that I did this right. I thought this is white space. Maybe it's, I'm just gonna do this. So that means a literal space 0 or more times. Yeah, that's better. So now at least we caught some of those other cases. This one we can't parse an article out of. Okay, so I'm gonna delete a lot of this. I'll keep the article number and join. It's a lot better. It only cut out the 4 rows that we couldn't parse. Let me try to wrap this up with. So we've got the joined articles. Cool. Now we know the article number, and we've got its. I believe it's text. Where is it? Article title. Here, definitions. Okay, and then it's pretty weird that this one, actually this hefty fine is the article they violated is titled definitions. Maybe it's probably something in Article 4. I don't really know. So I'm gonna count though the titles. Yeah, so we're back to this. All right, I think what I'm going to do then is for these 4, I'm just going to really quickly do a box plot to see the different fines imposed for these things. So let's see. I'm going to FCT lump, article title. I want to keep maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's keep 6. And then I want to do maybe a ggplot of the price. Oh, the article title by price with a box plot. This is not super fancy. Nope, that's not right. I need to group by article title. Let's just see what happens. Okay. Did I article title? Article title. Oh, here. All right. So I'm gonna black format. Yeah. We need the axis set. Let's do that. Great. Ooh, it takes a little bit of time. That's weird. And then yeah, okay. Wait, is this the exact same? Is type this? Let's see. So here's the plot. No, it's slightly different. So this is failure to comply with data processing principles. This is more about, since this is the article title, it's not saying why the fine was imposed, just the actual rule behind it. So this is where, yeah, not a lot there, to be honest. So I was hoping there'd be one kind of big article that, like, when violated, caused bad things. It looks like these ones violated a range of these. Lawfulness of processing, how you should process personal data, right of access. Yeah, but I'm not sure that there's one, at least from this quick glance, I don't see like a big article that, if violated, causes a lot of problems. It could be, I mean, it could just be these ones. These 4 are pretty serious. Well, they show up a lot though, so that's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it. I was looking for a kind of like big one that caused a lot of problems. At least at this quick glance, I didn't see it. So I hope that was helpful. I think things that were most useful for me to see were the cumulative. Where did I? Oh, cases over time. That was helpful to see them climb over the past year and a half. Fine size, not a lot there. It's interesting. There's this giant one. It looks like these things, like failure to comply with data processing principles, are associated with higher fines at the median, but yeah, it's not totally clear to me what exactly the relationship is. I'd need to I think the one thing I do is try to explore the relationship between type and article title. Like I'm not quite sure if type is just, if it seems like those must be related somehow, so I'd be curious to see more about that. All right, thanks for tuning in. Hope it was useful. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, or if you run into any issues, feel free to open them on siuba. I'm happy to fix them.